Hey guys, Sarah here from The Glitter Guy, and today we are going to attempt a dirty pour over this vase. So before we get started, if you haven't already, please like and subscribe to our channel so you can see all of the cool videos that we put out. Alright guys, so I am familiar with what a dirty pour is. That is putting a whole bunch of paints or mediums inside of one cup and pouring it over some kind of item. I stumbled upon this woman that was doing some dirty pours over a vase on, I want to say Instagram. I have a loose understanding of how she did it, so we're going to figure it out today together. I have a good feeling about this. So we're going to use some basic knowledge and kind of follow along with the picture, so to say. Just wiping this down with alcohol because this came right from Amazon. You can already see the dust on the glass. I didn't sand this or anything, and I'm pretty sure in the comments she said she didn't either, so we're gonna see how it turns out. I did not have a cup big enough to fit in the opening of the vase I got, so I kind of engineered my own little cushion on it, and it works perfect. Just took some paper towels and painter's tape so that when I take this off of here, I won't have to touch the vase at all. I could just touch the bottom. So what I have underneath this is a large mold, and that's going to catch all of the overflow from our dirty pour and make a whole nother craft underneath. I literally have no idea how much resin this is going to take. I'm gonna mix these both inside the same cup that I'm measuring them out in. I don't usually do this, so I'm hoping that it comes out good. But I got this little mixer guy that I also got from Amazon, so I don't have to mix all of this by hand, sort of. So this is more resin than I normally mix up, so I'm moving this thing all around, making sure that I'm getting all the levels of this cup, or else this whole thing will not work out at all because my epoxy will not be mixed up. All right, let's see what we got. I want one with just resin, so I'm going to divvy these up into different cups and mix mica in them to give it some color for the dirty pour. We're not going to use paint. It's already in the cup. I'm not really giving much of a measurement to this, I'm just pouring. Dirty pours are supposed to be random, and I kind of want to add to the randomness instead of taking away. Alright, so I have these color shifting micas, and that's what I'm going to use because I'm really excited to see what it'll look like. Should have kept the glove off till I got that. So with mica, you really only need a little bit. I usually put in a little too much because I have no self-control. But you guys definitely, you can always add more. You can't take it back out because it's powder. I would say you guys could probably put in like half of what I'm putting in. Again, no self-control. Now I'm gonna mix them up. You're just gonna want to mix up until you see all of the color disperse amongst all the epoxy and that you aren't seeing any more little clear spots. Alright. What should happen is, let me get all of these. Most of these parts weren't in the video. I'm just putting this together from what I know, what I saw, and some of the comments that I decided to read. I think I'm going to layer these in my little cup here, then pour them in my strainer over my thing, and it should give us a really cool effect. Guys, we've been playing around with some ideas about what I'm gonna do with some of these crafts, right? I kind of really want to just give them away, but we should come up with some kind of fun way. So let's see how this comes out, because this could be our very first one. You'll have to pay attention in the Facebook group. I'm also sure we'll throw some comments on here, but to be eligible to win, all you're gonna have to do is comment anyway. So you might as well just give it a shot, because if this comes out, it's gonna be pretty cool. I really want to make it like a every video thing. So let's see how this comes out. So I'm gonna tilt my cup and then pour them in so that I can get this like layering effect. Like those two colors. All right, we're almost poured in. All right, moment of truth. I mean, no matter what happens, this is definitely gonna go over this vase. So that part I'm not worried about, but what it looks like afterwards, I suppose, is what I'm a little worried about. We're going, it's going for it. It looks so cool! I'm so excited! Oh my god!
Wow.
It's working.
That looks insane.
It's working! So, just based on how much epoxy is on this vase and how the weight of the cup that I have left, I don't think that this whole cup is going to cover this vase and fill the mold, but it's definitely going to fill a lot of the mold, and then I can just add more later on. So I think if I hadn't used such dark colors, so that also shows that it doesn't totally matter what layer you put your colors in, because I still think the pink would have came out pretty pink. All right, so I'm going to let this drip. All of these little drips are gonna drip off, and eventually it's going to be cured, and we'll see what it looks like. I still have some epoxy though. Why not? Alright, let me not get any epoxy in my hair. That makes such a cool little swirl. Now I'm gonna let it sit. And then we'll come back, we'll remove the vase, and then we'll see what it looks like tomorrow. We're back, you guys. So, I should have seen this coming because I knew what materials we were using, but I was just really excited, so I think I was overlooking a few things. It's clear. Well, it's not clear, it's a little translucent-y. But as I was sitting here, wondering what I'm going to do with my vase, because there is still color and epoxy on this, I think I have some fix ideas. I'll just have to wait for tomorrow to do it. So, I don't want my cup to adhere to my tray, so I'm going to move it. I like to move it, move it. I like to move it. I did it. Cool. All right, so even if I had a good handle on how much epoxy goes in things, I still am a terrible estimator. So let's estimate. Plays a little trick with you and can't really see it. It's at the line. Alright, so 50 and 50 make 100. I don't know if I had a plan for what I was going to do to refill this tray, but I think what I'm gonna do is mix up the individual colors, not as many colors, because one, I don't even have as much epoxy as I did when I first started, but and then put it through the strainer anyway, and let it fall into the tray so that it doesn't make like globs of color. Let's divvy this up, shall we? Darn, I could have used these cups, but I stacked them. All right, let's do 3 colors. Scrape in the very last of my epoxy into these cups. Let's see, let's do the golden ice. I'm gonna pick a blue and the pink, because I really like the way the pink looks. I really like using micas to tint the whatever kind of resin you're using. You can use epoxy or UV resin, because you don't even have to use them as is. You could mix them, which I often used to do for storage purposes and money for your value for your money and everything. I really think micas are a unsung hero. Just gonna kind of put it through the strainer and dump a few colors at once. I'm gonna let this sit and see what happens. it'll level itself out, and then I can always add more if I want. Spread it out a little bit. I always, when I can't get it to come out, I just kind of stand it upright, get some in there, and a little straw. Sometimes it's just a little too low. We're gonna let this stuff sit again for a little bit. I left this sit for about an hour before I had come back, and I was able to move around on my epoxy, so obviously it's not super set up, and I didn't expect it to be super set up to where I couldn't manipulate it anyway, so I think everything so far roughly going according to plan. We'll be back tomorrow and find out what this all looks like. So it's a whole new day for me. I know I keep talking like this is going to be 2 separate days for you guys. However, we are back and everything is cured. My mold didn't stay, but I didn't expect it to stay as covered as we left it because it was going to settle anyway. Although I want to demold it so bad, I'm going to put this to the side until I do another dirty pour, which I have a feeling after this one's going to be pretty soon. And I'm going to pour it right on top and see what kind of cool layer I get. I'm going to dirty pour right on top of that on another craft, see what that looks like. I also pretty sure I have stuck some things to this table. Alright, let's see if we can save this. So, I epoxied a little bit there, but it should come out pretty easy. Any problems? It came out. And it came out very nicely. So this is pretty translucent, but you can see there's these really pretty sparkle stripes down it still. So everything absolutely worked as intended. I just kind of overlooked that I should have known this would come out transparent. Let's see if we can base coat this after the fact. I have 3 colors here because I wasn't sure. Let's just do a little test, shall we? So I'm going to see if painting the inside will be the same as kind of doing like a base coat. So the pink's definitely not it. That means the white's not going to work either. Both of these look really good. I'm going to do the neon first. I literally can't help myself. It's like I just leave these booby traps for myself. Get trapped together, get trapped together. Let's see about base coating this inside purple. Alright, you guys, I think that we got a vase. Well, we had a vase before, but got some spots that you can see on the outside that are a little more translucent than others, but I don't think that at this point I'm going to get better coverage than I already have because of how wet it is inside, so I'm gonna let it dry. I don't know if you guys can see the spots that I see on camera, of course, but there's a little spots that in the light you can tell, but again, all I gotta do is wait for this to dry and then do another coat. This is perfect. And the sparkle, that's what I was really interested to see, if it really brought out more of the sparkle that you guys can't really see unless you're in person and in the light. Well guys, I really hope that you enjoyed this video. I am really excited about how my vase came out. Again, you're gonna see this tray again in another video because we are going to figure out something else really cool to dirty pour on, and I'll make it go with this tray so that I can finish that up also. And of course, as always, please like and subscribe to our channel, especially if you like this video, and then you can see all of the new videos that we put out when we put them out. And I hope you guys have a great day.